Welcome to the Final Fantasy Entertainment and Podcast Network Final Fan TV. I'm your host, the Warrior of Hype, and joined with me is Sing for the Laughter, and what you just heard was actually a world premiere of his brand new remix, lo-fi remix of the Revenge trailer for Final Fantasy 16. I freaking loved it. I wish we would have done that live, so I would have kind of had my reactions as we went. Because I'm sitting over here, I'm like, when you bring in the wind pipes or the wind instrument, when you bring that in about a quarter of the way through, I was like, oh man, I love that touch, right? You've captured the essence of it, and you got that, and then the wind pipe comes in, and then of course with the choir chants and stuff. But before we talk about all that, it's Sing for the Laughter. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks a lot. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and also it's unbelievable to be listening to you like live, directing your words to me. I would first of all like to apologize to everyone for my English. My conversation skills were mostly built by watching Seinfeld episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like it's going to be good.
By the way, I would like to give a shout out to my friend Jerry Seinfeld. I'm sure he will be watching this later, so.
Nice.
Thank you, Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry.
Yeah, I'm sure he follows.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome to have you here, man, and don't worry about none of that. I mean, I think you sound good. I can hear you nice and clear. I do want to talk about what we just heard. Basically taking Final Fantasy 16 music, which we're going to talk about this to an extent later on in the show, about how Soken takes the music and just turns it up to 11. It's loud, it's epic, it's frenetic at times, and it's so interesting when I see that you're going to post a Final Fantasy lo-fi remix, and that's why I love following your channel and everything, because you don't shy away from songs like this, to chill them down to like a lo-fi. And I'm just kind of curious of what your process is when it comes to that. So you're taking the Revenge trailer music, and you captured, like I said, man, you capture the essence of the song, and then you bring it down into this nice chill. So what's up, man? How's that work?
Yeah, I listened to it like a lot of times, of course, and it's very difficult. It was like a struggle for me in this one particular because it's so epic. There are so many changes. It was like also like a movie trailer, because you have like lines and boom, and a bit of music here, a bit of music there that don't have anything with the one before. So I was kind of okay. Where are the melodies that I can work? Then you got like okay, this one. So what are they playing here? How is the tone of the song? And from there, I try building what will become the music. It's something like this.
Listening out for those key points, right? Yeah.
Those key points, those little melodies that touched me when I was listening. And okay, this will be the core, and then I bring up my vibe. This is the point, I guess. It was interesting because when I had this, like the melodies that I wanted to use, I will not listen to the music anymore because I don't want this to make me make other decisions that I don't want. I don't know, to influence my decision making process. I was not watching the trailer, not listening to the song anymore. I don't know, like a couple of weeks ago, let's listen to the song again, to the trailer one. I was like on the street, so I could not look at all the cinematics and all the movie that was going there, like the trailer itself. I was just like listening to the music, to the lines, and feeling that vibe without my sight sense. You know? And man, it was so amazing. So I got even more hyped for this game because and at the end, I ended also putting like the lines, "Revenge is."
Yeah, you bring in those key things.
Man,
Come to me,
for,
you free.
man, for 30 years I waited for this chance,
Yeah.
and I will be dying today. Wow, I got the chills already. Yeah.
So yeah, I love how like I've been saying it on there to promote this. I've been like, hey, get hype with us and chill at the same time. So it's like this lo-fi is hype and chill at the same time.
Hype and chill.
But yeah, so, man, absolutely. And you were saying like you were getting hype for this. So like, I guess listening to and analyzing Final Fantasy 16 music and lo-fi, or not lo-fi, Soken. It has gotten you hyped to hear more from Soken. I know you say that you don't really play Final Fantasy 14, you know. So does that like influence you to be like, oh man, Final Fantasy 16 having Soken at the helm of composing that is now really exciting to you now that you've kind of analyzed two of his songs now?
Yes, and also I listen like to some of his work on the 14, of course.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to play online games by my therapist, my psychiatrist, because they were stealing my life. I told you before. So yeah, like Heaven Sword, Realm Reborn, they are, just to say too, they are just amazing. And yeah, I believe that he earned his spot on a single player Final Fantasy, you know.
Yeah.
Nobu is God.
Yeah.
We cannot, Nobu is God. We cannot say anything, but and they kind of work together in a lot of projects. So for he to be in the spot to shine, I guess it will be wonderful. His style, he brings more kind of Japanese stuff. Because Nobu is a bit more folky, more simple in his genius way. I don't know. I can play the guitar like in 3 chords and play Cosmo Canyon for you. It will look like, I don't know.
Please do.
We can do it.
We're gonna be jumping around, but yeah, I mean, I think it's no secret that one of my most anticipated Final Fantasy VII Rebirth song is Cosmo Canyon, and we're gonna get to that in just a moment. Maybe you agree, but speaking on Nobuo Uematsu a little bit more, your main focus has been Final Fantasy VII. Like you've been covering with lo-fi. You have 2 lo-fi albums on Spotify and other streaming services. You got a Crisis Core one, and then you have a general Final Fantasy VII lo-fi album, which is, they're just fantastic. For me personally, I love just putting them on while I write a script for the next video, because, you know, it's not distracting with words or anything. I'm just like, and, you know, it's not too loud and crazy going on. It's not like One Winged Angel where I have to stop and I'm like, I can't write, you know, I got to jam out to this. But yeah, so I mean, like, it's just nice, chill music. And on top of those 2 albums that you have on Spotify, you got basically a live radio that goes on your channel. So if anybody who, you know, if you're watching this right now and you like what you hear with the Final Fantasy 16 stuff, well, Final Fantasy's got Sing for the Left's got lots of Final Fantasy 7, and this live radio that you have plays, I don't know, is it all day? Is it?
It's all day. Actually, now exactly at this moment, it's not playing.
Okay.
Because the computer that I use for it broke.
Oh.
So I gotta fix it. I guess in maybe 1 month.
Okay.
Mostly it will be on. But I got the old lives. They are there. Like, I guess there is a video of 5 hours of live. If it's too few, somebody can ask me. I can put like the 72 hours live. Is it there on YouTube? So yeah, it's basically I take the videos that I'm making of a single track and I just add there. It's like a playlist that is always getting bigger and bigger. With all the Final Fantasy, I guess that there is like 2 that I could not put because there was some copyright problems. I guess it was.
Oh, it's probably the Aerith one where people there's it's not even belongs to, it doesn't even belong.
I hate that guy, man. I hate that guy. What the fuck? He just took and made like a baby song, and now he owns this.
He owns it for some reason. It's like,
for some reason he owns it.
And it's still been this way for at least 2 years, because I tried to do something about 2 years ago. Yeah.
I don't care about the copyrights. I don't want them, but I don't want to be from here
Come on, man.
as well.
So yeah, somebody's got the rights to an Aerith song, and it's not even called Aerith's theme. It's something totally different.
Yeah, like going to the sleepy land, something like
yeah,
that.
that's what it was. Something like that. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about, like, if you had to pitch your channel a little bit more, or if you were just wanting people to go subscribe to you, just like briefly, what do you got?
Oh yeah, we have like I just want to give a little shout out to my friend Aitor, who do some of the behind of the scenes work for the channel also. So yeah, he's not here, but thanks. I love you, bro. And basically we have like a lo-fi of Final Fantasy VII the most. I have this beauty here that I bought like 10 years ago. It's all the sheet music in Japanese. The 4 CDs from Final Fantasy VII. And it was like a souvenir in my bookshelf for years. And now I'm using it to make music for my channel. And it's like a dream that came true in some way, you know.
Yeah.
It's super nice. Yeah.
Well, it's awesome.
So, yeah, it's crazy to see how life works sometimes. I got this as a souvenir, and now I'm using to share my love for music and for Final Fantasy with everybody who follows us and watch. We see so much love from the community. It's super nice. So we have like mostly Final Fantasy VII. I had this idea of making a Crisis Core a bit before the coming out of the reunion. That one I decided to go for the guitars because it's like my instrument. I play the guitar since I was a kid. And the only rule that I put to myself, it gotta be a guitar album. So it's quite different from the other Final Fantasy 7 that I had there. I had like two Xanarkand. I have also Terra's Team from Final Fantasy 6. And yeah, in the future, I plan to make like all of the songs from Final Fantasy 7. Also the ones on the remake that are not, maybe almost all. And Final Fantasy 8, 9, 10 at least, and maybe some Chrono Trigger.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Would be nice. Yes. The 16 I will be covering for sure.
Yeah. If anything, just so you can make some background music for me, please.
Of course. Man, I'm so hyped with this Last of Us series that I'm considering to make one. And actually, there isn't a decent lo-fi track of Last of Us in the whole YouTube. So I guess I gotta take that one for me.
Yeah. Dude, jump on that.
It's so cool.
Yeah, especially while it's hot right now. That's...
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, maybe for the next couple of weeks I will be dropping one of those. And yeah, like ARPGs, mostly Final Fantasy 7, maybe some Kingdom Hearts, sure. And yeah, maybe some other video games. I'm crazy for the soundtrack of Shadows of Mordor, the Lord of the Rings game that they have.
Yeah.
I might drop one of those.
You also do for your solo channel. You also do like some like rock music, right? Like I've seen it, man. You got some Stone Temple Pilots on there, man. I've seen your stuff, and you got a great voice. Some Soundgarden, and yeah, I mean I think you have a great voice for that stuff, especially for that rock, man. I like it. So would you ever consider, maybe, I don't know how it would fit with Sing 40 Laughter, unless if you're cool with like branching out from lo-fi and doing like a spectrum of music, but you definitely, what I'm trying to say is you definitely have the voice for it. Would you ever want to do like a Final Fantasy track with vocals in there?
Yeah,
like Eyes on
Me. It could be nice.
Or like Melodies of Life, you know, like oh man.
Yeah,
I'd like
that.
It
could be nice.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, so that definitely go check out Sing 40 Laughter for just fantastic lo-fi chill music, and maybe even potentially something else later on down the road. But it's just always good music, man, and it's not always Final Fantasy, and not always will be Final Fantasy. But yeah, you got 2 albums worth of Final Fantasy 7. So since the live video is down for about a month now, check them out on Spotify or any other streaming services. Speaking of Final Fantasy music, let's talk about Soken for just I want to kind of go back to Soken for a second. So I've been kind of spending the past 2 weeks, because I had to reschedule this a couple times. I spent the past like 2 weeks trying to ask the fandom. Like, I was like, Final Fandom, what's up? What separates Soken from, like, what makes him special? Like, as soon as they said, they confirmed that Soken was the composer, the fandom was so excited for Final Fantasy 16, right? And I'm just trying to figure out, so what is it about Soken that makes people excited about it? Besides the fact that most of the answers that I received were just like, because it is, all right? It's like basically because it is exciting, all right? Final Fantasy 14, he does a great job. But I have to give a shout out to Subtext, who DM'd me on Twitter and wrote this. I kind of just want to, highlight this because I thought this was really good. So Subtext writes, quote, "Interestingly, his music doesn't remind me all that much of Uematsu. I don't think that works against him. From an untrained ear, Uematsu's OSTs always reminded me a bit more of John Williams scores, for like that's the Star Wars and stuff. Soken's music never reminded me of that, but he has had themes that have seared themselves into my brain in the way that Uematsu's had, despite sounding altogether different. He's also a bit of a chameleon and can do very delicate piano tracks as well as just balls out heavy metal music or heavy metal sounding tracks. I would say that the biggest commonality between the two composers is a unique ability to take you on an emotional journey through the music alone. The biggest difference is that I usually relate those very emotional songs from Uematsu to take place within character themes, while Soken has them more so within the story and setting-centric themes. So, end quote. And what Subtext is basically saying here is that Uematsu equals character themes, is best at character themes, whereas Soken really shines when it comes to telling the theme of the story through the music. And I would argue, obviously, that Uematsu does that both fantastically as well.
For sure.
He's the freaking god of this. But I mean, and with Soken coming in as kind of the successor to him. But yeah, I think it's a very interesting point because when you think about Uematsu, what's the first song you think of, right? What?
Yeah. I don't know. It will. Erit's team, Tifa's team.
Yeah, it's all character. It's all feel like Terra's theme, right? Like, so he definitely shines on those. I mean, I do think he also has location themes as well that are fantastic. And
also Nobu, like, he can give you a chartered team, and then he will make another team that will be maybe only in one part of the game or in one moment, and that will be like a pitch of that chartered team that he put it in that track, because he makes, like, I don't know, from 6-7 ideas he can give you 60 tracks because they are all like a bit connected. Maybe 2 will be connected and will create a third one. I found so amazing that on the end of Anxious Heart, the end of when you have like the little piano, you have down, 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 and you are pitching those chosen by the planet. It
just blends it all together. It just blends together so beautifully. Yeah, and like Soken does this as well. And so I want to say thank you to Subtext, who's actually just jumped in here. I just read your quote in case you missed it, Subtext, but I do want to say thank you for that. And just kind of throw it out there, right? I don't really have too much to say on it, just because, like, I haven't really I played Final Fantasy 14, but when it comes to Final Fantasy 14, it's not for me. So it's like, man, I'm looking for somebody to tell me like, hey, Soken is so awesome for the Final Fantasy 16 composer because of X reason, and thank you for chiming in their subtext. And like you said, man, both of these composers are masters of their craft at all different types of themes.
For sure.
But I think what stood out to me was when Subtext said that Soken is fantastic with story and setting centric themes, and Uematsu, man, the first thing you think of is those character themes. And then of course, with Soken being the chameleon, I do like to talk about that for a second, because Soken will go with, like, I mean, Uematsu also does some rock music, right? But Soken's got this, like, just a rock and roll, man. Like, just rock and roll music for Final Fantasy and blends it with Final Fantasy. So I'm really excited about that. I've loved what I've heard so far with Final Fantasy 16 themes from the trailers. And they just sound, God, they sound so good. So I gotta ask you, man, since we're on the topic of character themes, what's your favorite character theme?
Character, I would say Tifa.
Tifa's theme? Are we talking Tifa's theme from the original Final Fantasy VII, or are we talking Tifa theme from Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I don't know. I kind of see them like the same. The other was just recorded, but the way it was created, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it took some time for me to have this opinion, because when I was playing like on 1997, the Japanese version, just using a magazine to translate the lines, because I played when they got actually, I haven't told this before, but I am a Brazilian.
Oh.
I live on Italy. My wife is Italian. I moved there here.
Yeah.
For love. So
that's romantic. That's romantic. Yeah.
I was like playing in Brazil. There was only the Japanese version with the games magazine that was translating some parts of the dialogues.
Yeah.
But the game is so awesome.
You played it with almost having to like conjure up a storyline in your head.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
True.
I'm glad you said Tifa. I mean, because I guess for me, it's one of those very rare instances, because the original Final Fantasy VII soundtrack is so near and dear to my heart that nothing will ever top it ever, just like the game itself. But it's a rare instance where I think Tifa's theme from the remake, I like that better. I don't know, man. It's just so beautifully done, and they took Tifa's theme, which from the original was a good theme. I really loved it, but now it's on the level of Aerith's theme to me, to where it's like they go so well, like they're almost on equal planes, where Tifa's theme was just like a really good one, and now it's like it's up there with the greats, you know. So for me, my favorite character theme is Aerith's theme. I think it's a theme that can basically literally move me to tears if I'm feeling down. And it's a theme that also can calm me when I'm feeling like stressed. It can make me happy because I'm thinking about Final Fantasy VII, and it's just like I'll just put it on, close my eyes, and just let Aerith's theme play. Right? It's just so good.
It's awesome. You know, just because you said that, I had like a period, I don't know, when I was recording this track for my channel, Choose Anarchan.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song.
Each time I was listening that part, when everything comes down, he just like, dun, 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 dun. My eyes were like getting filled with this salty secretion. I don't know
whatever
what it was. Yeah.
The salty secretion from my eyes. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what it is. So yeah, for like 2 months I worked with this, and then now I passed this moment. I just got the chills. I don't cry anymore. But yeah, that song is
that is. If you would ask me like what my favorite location theme is, and I guess that counts. Yeah, location theme. Gosh, I mean Xanarkand, but then it's also Cosmo Canyon, where I'm just kind of like I bounce back and forth. Depends on how I'm feeling, just like any kind of music. But like, man, Xanarkand is one of my all-time favorites. So sure. I love what you did with it too. Like it's I love the lo-fi stuff too. But man, yeah. So like, I mean, like kind of circling back to Aerith's theme one more time for like about why I consider it so good is that it also could kind of, actually, I guess it could easily stand in as like the main theme of Final Fantasy VII, and I think that's telling, right? And I think even Theatrhythm final bar line puts that Aerith's theme as the music that plays for the music video that recaps the whole story of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And as that video is playing and you're playing Aerith's theme over top of it, I'm like, this just works so good, and it's a testament to like how like pivotal that Aerith is to that story. Like just like the epicenter of the story is Aerith, and I think her theme, just the fact that her theme is also the epicenter of like the soundtrack, it feels like it's just I think it's a testament to Uematsu's talent and the brilliance of his compositions and stuff, but also Aerith's theme. I had to say it, man, because I love Aerith's theme. You said Tifa's theme, so we're fine. We're split 50-50. There's no controversy on this show.
But you're wrong.
But yeah, man. So once again, thank you, Subtext, for writing that in to bring up this whole conversation. And I see you guys in chat right now. I'm gonna kind of go through it one real quick. And Vincent Graymore, good to see you here too as well. Yeah, Subtext was basically saying that Tifa's theme has so much strength, but also tenderness and vulnerability at the same time, which I think that's very true. A stripped down version of Tifa's theme in the DLC and in the intermission DLC was also very good. That was called A Hero Lost. Thank you for that, Subtext. Viagra Fighter. I know you. Did I almost say Viagra? No, I said, all right. It's been too long, Vinny. You need to come back. Thanks for watching in the class right now. You know, sometimes you can't save a life without Final Fantasy music. So this is important classroom topics, Vinny. But yeah, man. So the Viagra Fighter. Dang it. Yeah, we've been so sick this week, right? So we got the Viagra Fighter over there, but I'm the warrior of hype, right? So been so sick this past couple weeks, right? My wife says to me, and I'm wearing my warrior of hype shirt, and I'm like like looking like I'm dead. My wife goes, "You look like you've lost the war on hype." Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you were still wearing it when you died.
Yeah. They will always remember me as the warrior of hype. Oh, man. All right, so, hey, man, you want to move on to talk about some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Want to do that?
Okay, sure.
Let's talk about
Great.
that. Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth music. I'm really excited. I'm in the music zone because of Theatrhythm. So anybody in chat right now, if you're watching this and you have any questions ask me about Theatrhythm, and I will give you something. I did a full review on that, and I'll talk about that more in just a bit. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let's talk about before we get to the music. What's up, man? What are your thoughts on Rebirth right now?
I can't wait to arrive on Cosmo Canyon. I just want it.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then when you feel you are already okay, I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
They will play the live stream moment, and then we will have live stream. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I cannot die because I need to see the end of the game, but almost.
So we're kind of like locations and stuff, but you said the live stream moment, right? I gotta go back to it because I always want to get people's thoughts, get a kind of general consensus of the fandom here. Where do you stand on? Do you believe that the live stream moment will happen? Like, do you believe that will be a moment? Do you believe that it will happen the way that it happened in the original game, or will something be different this time around? Since the mystery is kind of already, it's already out, right? Like, we already kind of know. It's spoilers for the original game, anybody, but we already kind of know Cloud's true backstory. So, do you think the live stream moment will still be that?
Oh, I hope so badly. At least some kind of conversation with Bugenhagen when they play this track, at least on the back. Since it's better than don't having it.
Yeah. With Bugenhagen coming in there, it's just going to be so good. I feel like that is going to be this eye-opening moment. When you get to Cosmo Canyon, it's going to be just mind-blowing as he's going to reveal the secrets of everything, I think.
Yes.
But not quite. I think the live stream, for me personally, I made a theory video, like 7 outrageous theories or something. One of the theories that I had for the live stream in particular was that this time around it'll be Sephiroth's subconscious, like, instead of Cloud's, right? To find Sephiroth's true self, and that to find him to be the hero that he once was, and that's. I hate saying it out loud. I'm sorry. I hate saying it out loud. All right, so
they can save for like a what if title of Final Fantasy, you know?
Yeah,
don't put me on the.
That's kind of what it is. It's kind of what it feels like. All right, so when it comes to the music, right? I know you said that you're so excited about getting to Cosmo Canyon. Is that your most anticipated music?
For sure.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I really hope we can arrive on the Northern Craters to have like reunion.
Oh, yeah.
And hear the cry of the planet also. Those two are super amazing. Yeah, because actually I guess the other songs we had them already on the remake, like in some sort of version.
Like the jukebox kind of played some stuff.
Also,
yeah. But that was like, obviously those are kind of the remixes of them. Maybe they can get you in for a lo-fi remix to play in the jukebox. That'd be awesome. He's like, I mean, yes.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I'm right there with you. With Cosmo Canyon, obviously going to be my most anticipated music for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But what I'm most excited about is hearing how they do renditions of those songs. So for the recurring music, the recurring music throughout the game. So the battle music, the Let the Battles Begin. When that happens at Cosmo Canyon, we're gonna hear Let the Battles Begin, but with tribal drums and like wind instruments, right? Yeah. And maybe when we get to the Gold Saucer, the battle arena, maybe they can take that battle music and kind of flip it with some amusement park style stuff, right? Like to make it more upbeat and happy, like as you're doing the battle arena. I think that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to see how they take these songs and these themes and settings and locations and kind of blending them in with the especially like when you're in the Cave of the Gi, right? When you're fighting the Gi Natak, the big boss there. They're going to do something with that music, right? Just like they did with Airbuster.
I will try to give him an Xbox potion just in case. But I guess he will not die.
You're going to do what now? Sorry, I missed that.
I will try to give him an X potion because if you give him, he dies, right?
And that's it for that boss. I'm okay. Moving on. I remember that being a thing with Final Fantasy X, with Everray. I remember being stuck on Everray, like when the big like serpent thing that attacks you when you're flying on the Fahrenheit, and then I got stuck on that for so long, and I finally got over that wall. Like I finally got over that, beat him, and then a couple moments later, you fight him underwater. And then he comes swimming back in, and I was like Will Smith from I Am Legend. No! I ain't doing this again. And then I realized that it was zombie Everray, and I was like, Phoenix down, get out of here. get out of here. X potions. Oh man, I got nervous when I saw him come back. Um, all right, so there's our show, man. Well, not the whole show yet. I want to kind of ask you if there's anything else you'd like to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about some Final Fantasy or Final Fan TV housekeeping when it comes to like the Theatrhythm review and all that other stuff. But go ahead and tell me a little
Yes,
bit.
actually, I have like a small commentary about Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Okay,
I hope I don't get anybody like offended.
go ahead,
But
man. I mean, this is
I'll drop it, okay? I guess nobody. I never heard anybody talking about this, and it's like a huge elephant in the room for me, because on the original there was only one voice, right? The only actor that was voiced in the original was who? Chocobo, right?
oh,
I
nice.
listened
That
to
was
that
good.
1 million times.
That was
Thanks.
really good. Yeah, that was good.
I listened 1 million times on my quest to get the golden chocobo 1 million times, etc. And then you arrive, and I had high hopes for the voice of the chocobo in the remake, and I don't know how they did it, but it looks like some impersonation of a drunken cat or something like.
Oh, that.
Man, I think it's so lame, man. Why they don't bring like the. Again, that's like that's how a chocobo sounds for me through my whole life.
Damn,
And
man.
then,
You got me there for a second. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm sitting over here, and I didn't actually do this, but I got my mouse cursor hovering over the disconnect button. He's like, "Look, I got something controversial to say." I'm like, "All right, man, go for it. Go ahead, go ahead and say it." I'm ready to cut you off when I need to. He's like, "Listen, the chocobo, man. Like, I can't do his voice. What is it? Like a drunken cat." Like,
then you go on the jukebox and they're the hip hop chocobo and they're like. Da, 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 da. Man,
oh man.
I cannot take it.
Do that chocobo whistle one more time for me, man. That was good. There it is. There it is. Maybe
This is the chocobo I love.
maybe they were just really sad there. You know, like maybe Chocobo Sam didn't really treat him that good. We're gonna go to the farm and then we'll get the Chocobo dance. They'll be really happy there. And, we'll get a good Chocobo whistle.
Okay, I had to take this off my chest.
I don't know if I had any issue with it until now. Like now I'm like, man, he's got a really good point about the dying cat. Like,
it's not good. It was this and the trial.
you got us all, man. You got us all. Like you're talking about it was going to be controversial, and then you said there was a voiced character. I'm like, oh. I was like, who's the voiced character? And subtext is like, what is this guy? What is he talking about? It was the Chocobo. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy who did the drunken cat is watching the podcast. I don't want him to get mad with me. I just wanted to point out that I didn't like it.
We did have the sound recording engineer on here, so maybe I'll ask him. He was responsible for Do Recompense. I think that was one of the coolest like little tidbits that we've gotten out of Final Fan TV, like interviewing people. And I asked him he's a sound recording engineer, so he's mostly behind the scenes doing like the settings and stuff. And he said, I said, is there anything that you left your mark on? Like anything that you feel like, hey, that's mine. I did that. And he's like, yeah. He's like, like when he says do recompense. I was like, that's actually really good. All right, man, that's fantastic. Let me go through the chat real quick. I kind of want to catch up here. Let's see. The music and remake. Yeah, of course, it's great. Vincent Graymore, man, it's great to see you again. More synth. So Vincent Graymore would prefer some more synth in the Final Fantasy VII remake sound, less choir and stuff. I mean, I can see where you're coming with that. That would be good. But as we start to get out of Midgar, it's almost like Midgar was that was the moment to do that, like because that's the tech and everything. Unless when you get to like I don't know. Anyways, that's cool. That's a good point. On the other side of the mountain and above all, off the edge of despair. Are these what was that too? Was that like a Soken song? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Listen to the cries of the planet. Yep. And
yes.
Is played at the edge of creation.
Okay.
Those remixes.
Oh, really?
Were sick. Yeah.
I don't remember this moment.
Sounds like a Final Fantasy 13 Chocobo. Yeah, maybe they took that sound, went with it. Look at Vincent Graymore and subtext, man. Just adding to the conversation. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. And No Way arrives to the party. Awesome. Good to have you here, No Way. We're about to kind of wrap up a little bit. I am going to talk about some Final Fan TV housekeeping stuff, talking about Theatrhythm Barline. So if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to add to it, that's awesome. But yeah, basically when it comes to Theatrhythm Final Barline, I did that review, right? I was not provided a copy or a review code from Square Enix this time around. That was kind of disappointing. It was more disappointing to the fact that I hope that doesn't happen with Final Fantasy 16. Like, I'm really gunning for that Final Fantasy 16 early review code. So I hope that doesn't happen, but I also wanted that review out by the day of. So I was sick, like I said. We were super sick recording this footage, writing the script, getting it done. I wrote most of the script based off the demo, and then basically once the game came out, I tried to get as much of the features in as I could to put into the review. And yeah, man, it was a rush it was a lot of work. It was an incredible time sink to get this thing done. It's one of the lowest performing videos on the channel.
Yeah, usually it's like this YouTube gig.
Yeah, that's like kind of, you know how it is, man. You put so much work into these things, and when you see it like kind of drop like that, it's like, all right. I see now. I gotta stop with the reviews. I don't think they do so well. Like especially not when it's on the day of release. You gotta get these things out the day before. So if I am not provided an early review copy, I'm not gonna do a video review. Like that's just how it is. Not gonna do a video review. If I am provided an early review copy, I have time to make one and put effort into it and have it out in a timely manner. That's what I'll do. But yeah, not going to do that again. That was way too much work for a little payoff. So, yeah, so when it comes to Theatrhythm Final Barline, I do have to say that I am having a fantastic time with it. I am super addicted to it, man. It is really, really relaxing. It's my comfort game now. Like, I'll just sit there and just play it whenever I want. It's got a pair mode where you can play with your friends or your family. So me and my 5-year-old son play it, and he's getting pretty good at it. So that's kind of cool, where it splits basically. You cover the top 2 lanes, and the other player 2 covers the bottom 2 lanes, and you can kind of like alternate and make music that way. Really cool. And yeah, the online multiplayer though is a lot of fun, and it's probably where I'm spending most of my time now. So you can turn burst abilities off. Burst abilities kind of hinder the other. Like if you ever played Puzzle Quest or like Tetris Battle, where you clear a line, or and
like those Guitar Hero battles when you are fighting the devil and he just blocks your guitar. You cannot see.
Yeah. So basically, yes, you're hindering the other players by whenever you get a bunch of criticals in a row, you can send a burst out to the other players to cover their lanes or make their notes really small. Or and those burst abilities can turn the tide of the game. So no matter the skill level, you're kind of all kind of equals. Unless if the other guy's just like so good, that person remembered it so good that they just have it mastered. They don't even need to see the track. But but that is just a lot of fun to do the battles. And you can turn all that off if you just want to have just a straight up battle for the best score. And I mean, you're basically doing that anyway. In single player, you're just trying to set a new high record, and whatever you accomplish in the online mode is carried over into like your regular, as if you were playing it single player anyway. So turning the burst mode off and playing the songs and setting scores that way is fun because you're doing it with others and you're swapping these things called Prophet cards, and it's like collectible cards. And yeah, you're like swapping things like that, summon stones, and basically swapping their information, kind of like you can be like, oh cool, I played Final Fantasy TV. I'm hoping this is what somebody says. Oh my god, that's Final Fantasy TV. Oh god, I'm loving it, dude. This is amazing. This is amazing. Shout out to the person who jumped into my Rocket League match the other day, and all right, because I have my gamer tag that represents Warrior of Hype, and and this person went, Daniel, into the chat. Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
I was like, am I recognized? Yeah. Outside of
it's almost like
Fantasy?
getting recognized on the street, right?
What? Did I just get recognized in the streets of Rocket League?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Anyways, there you go. I do plan on having like some of the Final Fandom out there to let's do some Theatrhythm battles. I have it in the Discord, Theatrhythm voice channel, so we're gonna go in there and just have some fun. That would be fun one day, I think, to do a little live stream battles.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
I loved your video, by the way. It was super well done. All the details a person who haven't played needed to know. So it was great. I downloaded the demo, but I haven't already had the time to play. Next week I might take some time to play it, because it's like a dream coming true what they are doing. They nailed every point possible. So yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, man, I think you're gonna love it. Especially, I mean, spend some time with the demo and then make your decision if you want to buy it like that. The deluxe edition, someone asked me in the YouTube, I can't remember, sorry, Pixie something, asked me in a comment, was like, is the deluxe edition worth it? In my personal opinion, it depends on what the deluxe, what it's worth to you, right? So it comes with 27 bonus tracks, and this was a very big disappointment for me. I kind of briefly mentioned it in the review.
Yeah.
In fact, it wasn't very brief in the review. like in the
last 5 minutes is just complaining.
And I was like, I can trim that down a little bit. Let me just bring that down a little bit. I mean, you're kind of rambling there, man. You don't sound like the Warrior of Hype. You sound like the Warrior of Disappointment right now. Let's just bring this down. So I went on a little bit too long about it, but yeah, it's basically you get 27 bonus tracks in the digital deluxe version. But those 27 bonus tracks are Final Fantasy music, and they're basically the Final Fantasy music that have vocals. So like Eyes on Me, memories of the memories from Final Fantasy 9, and then you have Final Fantasy 13's. I can't remember what the vocal song. It's not Blinding Light, is it? Sorry, I'm not sure what it is, but it's the vocals theme that plays at the end of Final Fantasy 13. They have Y from Crisis Core. So basically the ones with the vocals, but for some strange reason, To Xanarkand is put in there, and I was very upset about that. like it was like one of those things. I was like, why is that in the bonus tracks? I don't like that. And so then
basically the deluxe edition actually worth one track.
It's 20. Yeah. You're getting To Xanarkand, all right? That's what you're getting. Yeah, so like those 27 songs, and then the rest of them, you got some Black Mage, you got some Primals, you got your music with vocals, and I think all of those cannot be streamed, by the way, which is interesting, because those are all like the copyright songs. So anyways, so those are your 27 bonus tracks that are not, they're separate from the season pass, but you must buy the deluxe edition, which is the season pass. If that makes sense, right? So those 27 bonus tracks are separate from the season pass, which comes with like Romancing Saga, Nier Automata, and stuff like that, where it's just like, cool, but these are obviously separate from these 27 Final Fantasy songs that you're locking behind this paywall that is the same price as the game. You know what I mean? Like you're paying double. The regular game is $49.99, and then the deluxe is $79.99. So you're basically paying double for it. And yeah, so it's what it's worth to you. I don't know. I got it. I got it, and I'm kind of sitting there thinking like, well, it's got two Xanarkins, so.
Exactly.
It's got two Xanarkins, so I
was already sold on that one, yeah.
Yeah, I have to have it. I'm not really like super into the Final Fantasy or the music outside of Final Fantasy, so a lot of people are very excited that the Nier franchise is in there. For me, I'm just kind of like, man, I would rather have more Final Fantasy music. But yeah, there you go, man. So that was my impressions on Final Bar Line, and also video reviews in themselves. We'll not be doing them on this channel. We'll be moving that to a discussion based thing in a podcast, and with the exception of Final Fantasy 16, hopefully we get a early review copy of that, and I can do a nice video review for that. So
Square, please.
Yeah.
Jerry, Jerry, do you know anyone on Square?
Jerry. Yo, call Jerry real quick, man. Good. Hey, shout out to Jerry one more time. Shout out to Jerry Seinfeld. All right, babe. Well, before we sign off, one more thing. You have anything else you'd like to add? Closing statements? I'm gonna play that for anybody who missed it. I'm going to replay that lo-fi Final Fantasy 16 remix from Sing 4D Laughter. It's a world premiere. It hasn't been posted on his channel yet, but it will be on Tuesday. Or are you going to do it right after this? You might as well do it. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I can do it just right now.
Just
one click right
I mean,
there.
put it on. It'll be on Sing 4D Laughter. That is youtube.com/Sing 4D Laughter, right?
Yes.
And
also
you can,
on Spotify and everywhere. It's the same Peter, like Sing for the Laughter.
Mm-hmm. And you can go listen to it in full there. But if you're watching live, you get a special treat, as we're going to play it one more time, and then in the YouTube version of this live stream, it will not be there. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, "Where's it at?" Go to Sing 4D Laughter and get the video. But yeah, so I'm gonna play it one more time. But yeah, man, thank you so much for being on here. It's been a pleasure to be able to hang out with you, talk to you about Final Fantasy music. So
Same for me. It's always great to talk with people who love Final Fantasy. This is like this is already super fun. And like I told you before, I feel like you are already a friend, because after watching your videos, it really feels like this. It's amazing what you do here. I'm a huge fan.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you. It really means a lot. I really appreciate that, man. It's
welcome.
I do appreciate that, and I appreciate you reaching out. That a couple months ago, you reached out and was like, "Hey, would you like to kind of collaborate a little bit? You know, I'll advertise you guys, you advertise us." And I was like, you know what? Sure. I only had to listen to one of your lo-fi tracks, and I was like, dude, this is good. This is some, like, I love this. And so I will have your live music playing, your live radio playing in the background a lot. So yeah, man, I hope everybody goes to check out Sing 4D Laughter. You get plenty of Final Fantasy 7 lo-fi, and now even some Final Fantasy 16 in there. So one more time,
and much more in the future. We'll be making more music for other Final Fantasies. It will be great. I would just like to thank everybody who followed us, and all the other guys on the other YouTube channels who I am connecting in the last couple of months. It's been super nice to be part of this community. And yeah, man, like each one of those tracks that I made on my channel, it's like almost 30 nowadays. Each one of them, I had this moment during the process. Sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes it's more in the end, where I kind of give a listen, and kind of my soul gets dragged out of my body. You know, it's like a transcending experience. You have kids, I guess. Maybe you saw the movie Soul.
Yeah.
From Pixar.
Of course.
That is the best way to describe how I feel. It's exactly when the guy's playing the piano, he just leaves his body, you know. And if anyone who's are listening to these tracks can have like a tiny little share of that feeling, that for me it's what it's all about, it's already paid, you know. When I came here to Italy like 4 years ago now, I quit my job and I'm trying to live from music. So
Yeah. Man, well, that's awesome, man. And I mean, with that statement, that means you get it, right? You get it. You get what music's all about. So, man, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, please, one more time, go check out youtube.com/sing4D-laughter. That's sing and then the number 4D laughter. All right.
just remember the Aerosmith song, "Sing for the Laughter."
That's right. That's right. You got a little taste of that, little vocals that you got, man. All right, everybody. This is the LoFi Revenge Trailer Music Remix World Premiere. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, bro.